Let's talk about emotional control. If you have anxious attachment, you might be thinking, what do you mean control? I can't just turn off how I feel. And I get that. Emotional control isn't about suppressing your emotions or pretending they don't exist. It's about how you respond to your emotions and the situations that trigger them. And if you have anxious attachment, your emotions can feel extremely intense and all-consuming. Let's say, for instance, a guy doesn't text you in the morning. I know from personal experience that this can send you into a spiral. You probably start to feel anxious. Your heart starts to race. Your chest tightens up. Tears begin welling up in your eyes. And before you know it, it feels like you're on an extremely intense roller coaster ride and you have no idea how to get off. You begin thinking, maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have sent that paragraph. Maybe he's talking to someone else. Maybe he's losing interest. You're not just upset, you are consumed. And what all of this really points to is a dysregulated nervous system. And it's highly unlikely that you're going to make healthy decisions from this state. It's highly unlikely that you're going to be able to choose a healthy, secure partner from this state. And I'm going to take a wild guess that this is probably a very familiar pattern that you find yourself in over and over and over again, where you're probably very drawn to avoidant partners and you have this incredible attraction and chemistry, but the two of you together just constantly trigger each other. And if it feels like you're almost pulled into this pattern, it's because you kind of are. This pattern isn't random. Most likely, it's your subconscious simply trying to reenact an old script from your childhood, an old script that's quietly telling you, you are not worthy of consistent love. You need to prove your worth and work for it. Because maybe you grew up feeling like love was something you had to earn. Maybe you learned to equate love with inconsistency. Whatever the root cause, it's shaping how you show up in your relationships today. Because our brains are wired to gravitate towards what feels familiar to us. We are wired to reenact our old childhood scripts. And until you address this, your old script will keep running the show. So what's the solution? It's not to suppress your emotions or pretend they don't exist. It's about learning how to acknowledge and soothe them. So when you don't get that morning text you wanted, imagine being able to feel the wave of anxiety coming up and just sitting with it, really acknowledging it, listening to it, looking at every corner of it, holding it, creating more space for it, and then slowly letting it pass on its own time. This is emotional regulation. And it all starts with getting your nervous system out of fight or flight or freeze mode. And you do this by learning how to soothe your triggers as they come up, by sitting with your emotions as they come up, and showing up for yourself in the ways you've always wanted someone else to, by learning how to become more grounded within yourself, or in other words, more secure within yourself. And it truly is a game changer because as you start regulating your nervous system, that high of unpredictability will start to lose its appeal. That chemical attraction and addiction you feel towards avoidant partners, that spark that keeps pulling you back even when you know they're not good for you, all of that will start to fade the more you heal. And your dating life will start to completely transform. Because as you step into the version of yourself who is more grounded and more secure, you'll become more attracted to partners who are more grounded and more secure and who match your inner peace. So start where you are. Begin by noticing your triggers and sitting with them. Practice grounding techniques like deep breathing and meditation and journaling. And most importantly, be patient and compassionate with yourself. Healing is definitely a journey, but I promise it's one worth taking. And if you'd like more guidance on your healing journey, check out the description box below. I have a self-guided journal, affirmations, and a lot more videos to come.